Hi, my name is Brittany Richardson, and I'm going to talk to you all about diversity. So, in my opinion, diversity just means being inclusive of everyone, regardless of their backgrounds, their nationality, their cultural backgrounds, religious backgrounds, sexual orientation, age, gender, um, their income, disabilities, that everyone is treated with the same level of respect, the same, level of understanding, and that no one is treated better or worse than the next. I believe that I am a diverse person. I try my best to treat everyone equally. I've always been very interested in different backgrounds and different cultures. When I was 16, I did a foreign exchange program where I lived in Costa Rica with the family for 2 weeks, and it was just amazing, really, to immerse myself into another culture in that way with different languages and foods and music and just a different way of going about things. And it was so interesting for me, and I think that was the first time it really hit me that this planet is so small, but we're all kind of similar, but we're very different in many ways. And how do you as an educator deal with that? Well, for me, I just want to establish from jump, the first day of class. This classroom is a community. When we're all in here, we are family, and we're going to treat each other as such. There's not going to be any tolerance of any type of disrespect. I know a good way to kind of open conversations is through literature, children's literature. There's such a broad range of topics for children's literature, and I feel like, just simply picking up a book about a, a child that may have two moms or two dads, or, a child that is biracial, dealing with that. How do they handle that in school? Anything. And you can read that book, have a nice little read aloud with your students, and you can open the floor for questions. And, depending on the age of the students, the discussion may not get too heavy, but it might. You never know. And I just feel like you have to kind of guide your students through that kind of conversation. Let them have their own opinions, but make sure that everything is just based on respect. Bottom line, I think that everyone is going to be different. Everyone may not agree with everyone, but as long as you respect each other, everything's good. Overall, I've really enjoyed this course. It made me approach diversity in a way that I never thought of. Um, One of the assignments that really stuck out to me was the module minority assignment that we had, because it gave you different scenarios that you may never expect to encounter. It brought about microaggressions and insensitivity in ways that you don't think of right away. I remember the first example, the teacher didn't really think that he had any bias. He thought that he knew Asian Americans so well because he had always been around them, and that in itself created a bias because he took the few Asian Americans that he knew and boxed them all into this one category, and that happens so often. And microaggression isn't always, blatant racism. It can be very subtle, and it can sometimes be subconscious. And I think that was just a really great assignment because it brought things to the real world. We're not going to be in a school setting and see KKK marches going through, but you will see very subtle microaggressions towards us as black educators, and towards our students. And we have to make note of it and put it into it right away. And I really like that assignment. I liked how that went about, the different scenarios, and how it gave you different ways of dealing with them, and it lets you know which one was the best manner to deal with it, which was worse, why one was better than the other. It was just all around was a great assignment. I really liked doing that one. Another assignment that I enjoyed was the multicultural education one that we had, because that kind of showed me different techniques into incorporating multiculturalism into the classroom. And, just it kind of reiterated how important it is as an educator to include diversity into your classrooms, and to make sure that all of your students are, not just learning the curriculum, but learning, to be understanding of one another, learning about differences and different cultures and races, because really school is preparation for the real world, and that is what they will encounter. They will encounter different people from different backgrounds, and as an educator, you are one of the adults in their life that will shape how they view other people. And you have to really take that role seriously, because these kids depend on you, really, to like kind of learn what is right and what is wrong. Of course their parents play a role, their families, their communities, but you also are a major role in that. And I think that assignment kind of allowed me to research, you know various techniques and strategies as far as incorporating multiculturalism into the classroom, and that was really cool as well. I just overall feel as though this class is great to have as part of our curriculum, because I never thought of this. I never thought of diversity as far as teaching, and it is a major aspect of our role as educators. And yeah, I really, really, if I could take this class twice, I would. But yeah, that's just all I really have to say about diversity, and um what I took away from this course this semester. Thank you for watching.